Swifties, Reynolds fans, and Blake devotees are in for a swim as power trips start taking a toll under actor-director Justin Baldoni.
Justin Baldoni filed a bombshell $400 million defamation and extortion lawsuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift has been dragged into it.
Justin Baldoni, the dreamy face and brains behind It Ends With Us, claims he was caught in a Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds pressure cooker.
So the It Ends With Us saga seems to not be ending. In fact, it's getting pretty intense, even more intense, you could say.
With co-star Blake Lively trying to intimidate him with the persona of Khaleesi, along with her dragons, aka her big connections. Yes, she said it herself. She's got her dragons.
One of the most salacious claims that Justin was pressured by Blake's best friend, Taylor Swift.
He names Taylor Swift in it. No, he is not suing Taylor Swift, but he claims that he was once called to Blake and Ryan's penthouse apartment in New York to go over some script changes that Blake had. And who was there? Ryan and Taylor, to really persuade Justin to accept those script changes.
And they're none other than her husband Ryan and bestie Taylor. Wait, what? Stage moms at dance moms level? A $400 million lawsuit? Rooftop rewrites? And let's not forget Taylor's influence sneaking its way into the film. Baldoni is calling out some epic celebrity meddling, and we're here to break it all down. Game of Thrones references, spicy texts, and Hollywood drama included. Keep watching to see what's happening. Justin Baldoni, director and star of It Ends With Us, dropped a bombshell when he claimed that Taylor Swift herself backed Blake Lively's rewrite of the movie's iconic rooftop scene. Yes, you heard that right. Taylor Swift, the queen of pop and poetic heartbreak, allegedly swooped into the pre-production fray to lend her star power to Lively's vision. Those of you who got their nose keened into the muddy waters of the problematic movie about domestic abuse, or even the highly controversial lawsuit, probably know that one of Taylor Swift's songs has been featured to the movie's cause in both the movie and its gorgeously made trailer. And it's none other than the fan favorite My Tears Ricochet from her most unique and most literarily inspired 2020 album Folklore, known for gut-wrenching, honest, emotionally profound storytelling. And it looks like Blake Lively is a true fan. She says that the whole of the superstar's catalog would fit in the movie's background. Having a friend as talented and as successful as Taylor Swift should really make Lively feel super fortunate. No? Yes. And she is taking full advantage of her fortune. Or so we know, according to Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit. What did it say? Well, it pretty much showed a side of Lively we have never seen. It suggested that Lively wasn't exactly a passive player in this Hollywood chess game, that she might have been an ominous and harmful threat that loomed over Baldoni's career and the movie all along. Worst of all, it dragged the world's biggest happening superstar and the nicest girl we know and exposed the real faces behind the screen. Why? Well, what she did was she requested to take a pass at rewriting the scene where her character, Lily Bloom, first meets Baldoni's Ryle Kincaid. Now, Baldoni was reluctant to let her tweak this key moment, but eventually caved to her enthusiasm. Fast forward, Baldoni claims her rewrite was dramatically different. So much so that his initial resistance apparently didn't sit well with Lively or her two powerhouse allies, Ryan Reynolds and, wait for it, Taylor Swift. Yes, the megastar apparently joined a meeting at Reynolds and Lively's penthouse to shower praise on Lively's script, and according to Baldoni and General Linguistic Politics, the subtext was clear: do it her way. But hey, let's wait a minute. Isn't Baldoni the director? Sure is, but he's not more famous and more powerful. If someone as powerful and influential as Lively likes your toy, you better give it to her, cause it's hers now. That's the rule of thumb. Wanna know how Lively showed her authority? She pulled the best fan card once more, but this time with a show. Can you guess which one? No, not Gossip Girl, geez. It's that one big show that ruled almost a whole decade of its franchise, with a massive frenzy over its politics, its fantastical themes and characters, and the insane and epic plot twists. Bet it's at the tip of your tongue by now. Yes, it's Game of Thrones, the very adaptation of GRM's A Song of Ice and Fire and the following books. So what does that have to do with Lively, eh? A lot, actually. In an alleged text and screenshot provided, Lively apparently likened herself to none other than Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. Yes, folks, Khaleesi, with Reynolds and Swift as her metaphorical dragons. She wrote, "For better or worse, but usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I promise." So what did Baldoni do? He played nice. Kind of. He texted Lively back, saying her changes were so much more fun and interesting, but added a playful dig about not needing her dragons to feel that way. Subtle, Justin, real subtle. Also, you might not want to miss one very particular point about Lively claiming to be Khaleesi. If you have watched Game of Thrones, then you know just how maniacal Khaleesi became at the end of the show. She burned the whole of King's Landing down to the ground. How? With her dragons, of course. Are you starting to connect the dots? Without her dragons, she would be nothing, because that's her source of power. Similarly, without Lively's dragons, she would be what? Hope? You are seeing the parallels between the two. To compare yourself with such an iconic yet destructive character who went from hero to zero is kind of bad. More than that, it's prophetic. How so? For those of us who haven't watched the show, spoiler alert, Daenerys Targaryen, aka Khaleesi, dies, is killed by her own lover, nephew. Anyways, there goes the downfall of excessive pride, and it doesn't stop at the bandwidth of the fictional realm. It is inspired by reality. As they say, art imitates life, and from what I feel, Lively might be foreshadowing her own Khaleesi-like downfall. What an epic way to go down. But this video is not just about the downfall of Lively that all the internet has been praying for. That's obvious. But what is forthcoming is a domino effect, and it gives me the goosebumps, the shivers, and it gets me so excited for, from what I can tell, the slope seems to have become slippery enough for her whole household to fall. Why do I think so? Because Lively's Khaleesi is not the only one who went down with her, but like sweet poetic justice, straight from historical literature, with her went her two very dragons. Now, you are probably thinking that that stuff is just sounding way too biblical. I know. Because funnily, Lively got exactly two dragons herself. You know their names. Let's not shy from naming them once more. Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift. Now, we all know Reynolds and Lively have had the most enviably healthy, happy, unfiltered, and entertaining relationship, or so it seemed by the way they posted about each other on social media. As for her other dragon, Ms. Swift, Lively had been in the award-winning singer-songwriter's infamous celebrity squad, and that was at the beginning of the last decade. So yeah, they go way back. A source close to Swift told the Daily Mail that the pop superstar found Baldoni's claims perplexing, insisting her appearance at the meeting was purely coincidental. Just visiting her friend, she said. But if that's true, why did Baldoni feel so cornered? Was this a Hollywood power play, or simply a misinterpretation of friendly encouragement? Either way, one thing's for sure. Taylor, being as powerful as she is, was definitely veering the constructing style of the movie's production. Her one word was enough, but so far, no case have been charged against Taylor Swift, only that her name has popped up in the screenshots. You know, for such a nice girl like Taylor Swift, this is quite shocking. She's been known to be completely natural and humble in her public appearances, or so it was before the cameras. With all those NDAs her boyfriends sign, how will we ever come to know anything different? One thing's for sure, with her reputation, being around someone like Lively, who could treat journalists like Flay so badly, really does imply a lot about her own character. This reminds us of her infamous squad, which involved huge celebrities like Lily Aldridge, Ed Sheeran, Gigi Hadid, Cara Delevingne, among others, and how much it reminded us of High School Mean Girls and their very excluded nature. With her being a successful businesswoman whose own father has links in the industry, it would be fair to assume that she knows all about business, the good and the bad. It was also noticed later on how Miss Swift got her name merged beside all the biggest celebrities and removed her Southern heritage to become a West Coast icon in no time, unlike some celebrities like Lana Del Rey, who has small-town friends and has married a nobody. The billionaire singer can mostly be seen shaking hands with famous people only. Lively happens to be one of them. Knowing her high-profile connections and her superhero husband, it's understandable why she should want to be the best of buddies with the 14-time Grammy Award winner and the most popular singer in the world with the fiercest fan base, Taylor Swift. Now with her influence, Lively's getting the best of the deals. And as if that wasn't enough, word has passed that she was making the most of her liberties. How? Baldoni alleges that Lively was frequently changing the script and disrupting production. It left the crew and studio scrambling. At the same time, Lively claims to have been subject to a hostile work environment and a smear campaign. It wasn't just her acting chops or glamorous persona she brought to the set. Now we know that she came with something way bigger, her demands for power. And let's just say, not everyone was on board with how things went down. Justin Baldoni, the actor-director, surely must have been in the hot seat during this drama, because how on earth was an actress given that much permission to do that much and cause so much trouble? Well, here's what she asked for. The Gossip Girl star Blake Lively had asked for a producer credit. In fact, she was demanding it. And we're talking about a pretty hefty demand. She made it clear, give her the credit, or she wouldn't promote the film or engage in any marketing for it. Talk about using your star power to its maximum effect, right? And yes, Blake did get her producer. Enter the coveted PGA mark, the ultimate stamp of approval that shows you're not just a producer in name. No. This mark says, I did the work. I earned it. And Blake, she wasn't going to stop until she had it. Get this. Jamie sent a jaw-dropping email to Wayfarer Studios' legal team. This email was pure legal thriller material. He said Blake had been holding a threat over their heads, which pressured them into sending a letter to the PGA supporting her producer credit. Here's the line that really stings. Jamie admitted that the endorsement was under duress. They had to write the letter, but they didn't exactly believe in it. Now, here's the kicker. They caved, and Blake got the PGA mark. Mission accomplished, for Blake at least. But what about everyone else involved? In that official letter, which was likely written with clenched teeth, Jamie and Baldoni described Lively's alleged contributions. From the time Blake was brought on, she has had an instrumental voice in many different aspects of the making of the film. They listed things like casting, wardrobe design, production design, set decoration, and even post-production work. The endorsement goes on, making it sound like Blake was basically running the show. If she was always after that title, why not just negotiate it from the beginning? Could this whole situation have been avoided if she just asked for it up front? Either way, she got what she wanted. The actress was interviewed by Digital Spy in August, where she revealed, "When you work with me, I'm very passionate. So I love getting involved. I used to be insecure about this, and now I'm proud of it. The work I did as an actor in this film pales in comparison to the work that I did outside of acting. It was very minimal compared to everything else. I felt so grateful to have that level of authorship and involvement. It makes me that much more proud of the film." Sure, she did feel proud. Back to the point, I am very intrigued about one thing. Why was this title so important to her? One thing's for sure, and this is what some commentators pointed out. She wouldn't be bringing up names of power in the industry if she felt she was being harassed or sexually abused by Justin Baldoni. The justice system and the court would have been enough to settle things. When you need power to get things handed to you, you reveal that you are not really looking for justice to be served, but power to be ruled all over others. Talk about dragons breathing fire. So, what's next? Will this Hollywood drama erupt into something even bigger that produces a colossal takedown? With Swift, Lively, and Baldoni in the mix, the stakes are sky high, and the plot twists are just too juicy to ignore. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay in the loop on the latest celebrity scandals, hot takes, and exclusive deep dives. Let us know in the comments, who's the real Khaleesi in this drama? Until next time, keep the tea brewing,